Hi Scorpio, how are you? I'm good. My name is Lissett. I am here with your frequency activation, tarot reading, and the chakra cleanse is already done for the month of May 2025. You can find all the chakra cleanse information of the negative thoughts that were released and the positive thoughts that I replaced them with under my community tab. And moving forward, I will go in with the sacred geometry activation oracle deck by Lon. I will find the frequencies that are available for anybody working with the archetype of Scorpio who would enter into this energetic exchange with me for the greatest good of everybody involved. So Scorpio, or my viewer in the highest loving light, working with the archetype of Scorpio, wherever it sits in your chart, if you would enter into this energetic exchange with me for the greatest good of everybody involved, let's get started, okay? Spirit in the highest loving light, please reveal to me the frequencies for Scorpio. So what has been on your mind lately? This spread is based on the 7 basic hermetic principles of manifestation. The hermetic law says all is mind. In the head space, you've got conception. In the heart space, you've got perception. With the principle of polarity, as above, so below, consciousness. Cause and effect, alchemy, the principle of gender, third eye chakra. The principle of rhythm, divine feminine, and your overall vibration, discernment. Okay? Alright, Scorpio, let me go in and get a storyline with the Rider-Waite-Smith system here. So you can see what resonates for you and what doesn't here. Okay, nice light. Spirit, 7 cards, please, for each of these frequencies. We get the frequency and then I get the vibration with the tarot cards, you guys. Okay. The Three of Pentacles has been coming up so much. I even changed decks and it's showing up well. So in your headspace here, the frequency of conception. Number 16, the frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. Have a look at the colors and the geometry. It's good for your subconscious to have a frame of reference because I am going to activate this subconsciously with the Page of Wands. Conception with the Page of Wands. So enthusiastically, you've been wanting to get something off the ground here. In your heart space, I see you've been just thinking about something that you're not. It's funny because the page, I did a Celtic cross earlier for the energy check for today, and that was in the headspace there, and the Celtic cross is this. And in that reading, it was talking about how you're going into some new endeavor with a humble attitude. You're being very teachable. So, and now you have conception, the frequency of, so this is for my collective people, and so the energy is always going to transfer here. So here with conception, I see that by remaining open and teachable here, you are now resonating in the frequency of conception. So in the heart space, I equate this to the principle of polarity because we traverse the poles of different emotions so that we can conceive them. Okay, so number 35, perception. Oh, the frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. Perception. What do you think is real? Take a good, hard look at it. Because if you've got here your first major arcana, the Magician, okay, in your heart space. So you're able to open your heart to a new perception of things. Maybe that was painful for you. That was a little difficult for you to just open your heart to new possibilities here because of some past pain. but you were able to do it. You were able to push your limitations and see that you have in front of you every single thing that you could possibly need to follow your heart's desires. And whatever was limiting you before, you have changed the perception. What does it say here? Yeah, you just went with what was natural for you. Moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. Did I show you guys? It seems like you had to take a double take. Let's just show you again. You have to look at what you have really in your life, the bare bones of things, and abolish some lack-based mentality where you may have thought that what you had wasn't enough. And I see now that you've transformed this to actually just want only what is going to serve you on this path and not to have any extra baggage. With perception here in the heart space, you've now accepted this in your heart, that you are trusting in yourself, that you've got, it's number one, it's the second card in the Fool's Journey. You have got to really recognize and take stock and inventory of your toolbox, of your toolkit, whatever it is that you're working with, whatever your services are in the world. So, and this is what we barter with, right? And I see that you want to approach the universe, you want to approach the world with your true, authentic service, your talent, what you have to offer the world. You want to come up open-heartedly, okay? I see your chest open, standing up straight and tall, knowing that everything that you need is within you here. Your perception is completely shifted because you remain teachable, and the conception of it, finally, the conception, you had to conceive a new perception. You had to be teachable, and you did. You were able to do that here. Now, moving forward here with the principle of correspondence, as above, so below, you've got number 17, consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. Consciousness. This is, I said, okay, have a look at the color and the geometry. Consciousness. Okay, this is amazing. You're attracting others with the same consciousness level as you, who can operate with you in your level of consciousness, where you're gonna be talking to them and you'll be discussing, ideas that push also the limitations of people's perception here. You first had to do it for yourself, and now you'll be talking to other masters about this level of consciousness. As above, so below. You were not even always able to hold this understanding of your reality, of the levels, and your current understanding of what your purpose is here in the world, and all of the things that ever happened that really led you up to here, that are just proof of your capability, of whatever your service is. You just know your purpose, and that was because you were open to conceive it. Like, there was a lot of lack-based, some people were trying to put lack on you, but you've always had this natural curiosity. You followed it. So with consciousness, the last thing that was coming through here, as above, so below. You're bringing a new consciousness down, I see. So, but also, I said acts instead of aspects, and as soon as I corrected myself with aspects, this is a message, all of you astrology buffs. Check out whatever aspects, when it comes to your new level of consciousness, the aspects for when you watch this video is going to be also helping you with bringing in the others that you need. I said that, see, your gift is your service in the world, and it's what you barter with, and that's bringing in other people who can really digest and help you kind of be like sounding boards for you for this new thing that you have, or just even people with a level of consciousness that can hold space for you as you are articulating. This is what I mean, some sounding board energy, some other people, camaraderie, some people that will be able to hold the space for this level of consciousness. You don't have to keep going backwards and kind of bringing everybody up to speed or whatever, but even so, these are active listeners, and you also are an active listener, and you guys can work this out and bring some ideas together in this higher level of consciousness. I'm seeing 700 and up for the map of consciousness. That's what it's called. So, okay, so alchemy. And what can change? So in the principle of cause and effect, what can you change here? Every action has a reaction. 8, alchemy. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. Okay, Scorpio, alchemy. With the 7 of Pentacles here. What is it? Ancient knowledge with alchemy, emotional alchemy on top of this magician energy. Now you're in this frequency of alchemy, so it's alchemic. And you're going around spreading seeds. Like, so this, you're getting together with others, bringing a new consciousness down here, or at least kind of approaching the consciousness that you all share from a new angle, and also being able to create something to present that then to the world or whoever may be around you. And then, you know, so you've got that going on. And since you meet up with these masters, this doesn't have to be physical people in the world. It could be other entities that are providing. I use the word barter. It could be entities in general, light beings that you're connecting and working with. You maybe this is some coming together for some creation to in some place of consciousness, 700 and up. Some people, some entities that you're working there. You don't go below. So, well, and what can be changed with alchemy is that you now, what you were working with them now, with these masters that you're talking to, shooting the shit with, kind of, but also taking it seriously. I see like comrades, kind of like people who are united for some certain thing that they do also enjoy bringing into fruition. So, well, there's emotional alchemy going on here. So, and you're spreading the seeds of that. So you're planting seeds in other people by just doing your own emotional alchemy. And you did that by remaining teachable in the mind space. You kept your mind open, conceived of something new. And that also took a lot of alchemy. You leaned into this. Okay, so you were remaining teachable, and you allowed these seeds to be also sown within you. And then you come together with masters and you bring it about now moving forward. And what won't be changed, the principle of gender, the third eye chakra, number 6, with temperance. The frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination and our psychic powers, the third eye chakra. This is literally almost the same read as earlier. The only thing that's different is the magician card. So we're gonna clarify too. I shuffled pretty well. I shuffled when I came inside. When I put these cards back in, I like open it. They're 10 cards, and I put them like in the deck separately. I like open little piles, you know, and I shuffle. So this is crazy. The only thing that's different here is the magician card in the heart space. Wow, that was a Celtic cross earlier. I'd be a fool if I didn't acknowledge that. This energy is coming through. It's the same day that was an energy check. So what won't be changed? The third eye chakra. So your third eye is activated. I'm also going to activate the frequency so you can reinforce it here in your manifestation so that you can funnel. It's not going to be changed. Your third eye chakra is lit. Okay, and tempered. So, and I'm seeing astral travel. I'm seeing travel. This Sagittarius, I'm seeing astral travel. So your third eye, probably when you're sleeping or when you're in a sleep state, or like in between sleep and wakefulness, or even in intentional meditation, I see somebody who is able to astral project themselves to witness certain things, maybe. Project maybe not yourself physically or something, but project a certain feeling out toward, so somebody who can cast casting energy with the third eye chakra here, temperance. This is something Spirit's working on with you, is your work on the astral with your third eye chakra and having to do something with projection. So that could be with the, what's it called, the design, what is that called? Isn't it just called design, where they have like different kinds of people and it's a different way of reading energy in the body or something? Human design, you may be a projector with that. So with the third eye chakra here, I'm getting this projection or astral projection. And I'm just seeing that, like, it's not going to be changed, but you have to be tempered with it. So this person is very tempered with the emotions. They're not going to be crossing any lines that they're not supposed to cross. I see you taking this very seriously, not wanting to invade anybody's space or something like that. You're not going to do anything that's not consensual here. But you are going to be able to tap into this energy to be able to either astral project to some places. Maybe Spirit's going to be taking you first and foremost before you can learn how to direct this energy, this new behavior, this new ability to do this remembrance of how to do this, checking things out when you're in a meditative state. But this is for the purpose of this, what you're building here, this level of consciousness. When you're raising the level of consciousness, this is something that you were taught, and you understand that actually it's got to be of pure loving light, otherwise the communication is going to be muddled and things will fall apart. This is a channel message. These videos are for entertainment purposes only and for guidance in your energetic particular journey, okay? So, but this is very strong energy here with this third eye chakra. So you did a lot of emotional alchemy. The seeds were planted in you because you opened up to conceive this well. In your everyday rhythm, you've got the frequency. This is the principle of rhythm, okay? And this is how I equate this to how you go in and out of your creative rhythm and flow. Divine Feminine, number 21. The frequency of the Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly, helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation, helping us to understand. So, okay, and I see this Three of Wands is waiting for your ships to come in. So you're on this Divine Feminine energy, receptive, allowing it to express itself openly. So just having this, I just want to say, negative space, nurturing, soft side, receptive, nurturing, and soft side, receiving now. This is like Spirit's going to be carrying you along in your rhythm and your flow. So there aren't any ships in this Three of Wands, but traditionally there is with Rider-Waite-Smith, where he's with these Three of Wands. It's like a portal where he's chosen now his path, and now he is waiting for his ships to come in so he can go on the voyage. And I see this Divine Feminine energy where you are, oh, that's ground, that's good. This is high energy. Hey, this is light beings guiding you. Something is guiding you here. Father God in heaven, archangels, okay? Whatever it is, like whatever it is. Ancestors, okay? It could just be your spirit, the highest loving light. This is something in your spirit that you know it's for you. While they're guiding you, Divine Feminine, you're like just in this feminine. You are an open vessel channel for light. I'm talking to Scorpio, where you can see very deeply and you can feel I was seeing like negative energy, black, feminine, negative, deep energy. And I'm just seeing, that was a belch. So there's just like a lot of energetic activations here, okay, with the Divine Feminine, but also you're receiving and being guided all the time. And then I'm seeing the black, and I'm seeing a black hole and then a white hole coming out. So something new is being birthed here. Something new, different, no going back here with this. In your everyday rhythm and flow, stay open, okay? Did I show you the image, you guys? Sorry about that. Number 3. Helping us connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. Yeah, and you're also having to be very tempered in this too. You could have even seen these ships coming in. You could have already seen like these people that you're going to collaborate with. You could have already seen them coming in with the third eye chakra. Like, this could also be your psychic abilities kicking in. And you're just like, you already received this. You're receiving whatever you need from spirit. You're very open in birthing things. And so you even may have birthed in these ships that are coming in. These ships that are coming in could be also like the communication in and out with the masters that you're dealing with, that you're being led with. Because I said it may not be actual masters like IRL, but it could be like guides, masters. It could be 3 different mentors that you're working with. You take it as it resonates. You trust you with your own story. Ooh, let me have a drink here. Okay. So overall rhythm and flow is divine feminine. How about it? You're gonna bring something into the world that's like it's resonant with your energetic signature. It's something like your vibe. You're gonna express your vibe, like, because I keep saying rhythm and flow, and I think that this has to do with like somebody who's really, really in flow, like in their own flow. And so when you're super like in your own flow, but you're aware of like the people around you and everything, calling in your own ships. It's like you're just being very intuitively guided right now, and people are actually really believing in you. Your overall vibration is 20, discernment. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Number 20, discernment. With the 2 of Pentacles. The frequency of discernment supports our ability. Inner balance and detachment, but compassionate wisdom. So these are going to be detached choices that you're going to be making. You're here with discernment, and this is just like binary sorting, I see. Like a detached, just sorting out of when it comes to your energies. So maybe you have some sorting that you need to do, and it might be a little bit lame. Like, it's maybe going to be a little bit boring, but you're also very discerning, so it's going to go by really quickly. Spirit's saying just start, and once you start, it'll go by really quickly. That's a message for someone. So, okay, moving forward. Let's get another draw here with the Rider-Waite-Smith system. We have the Wild Unknown. Where are we? Okay, let's get 7 cards, please. 7 cards, please, Spirit. Okay, clarify, build upon, guide, give advice, whatever it is, Spirit, in the highest loving light. What does my Scorpio viewer need to know? Okay. For this May manifestation activation, chakra cleanse, frequency activation, 2 of Cups, the Moon, 2nd major arcana, the Moon here with the Magician. Six of Swords, Father of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, balance, balance, balance. That one wants out. Oi, oi, you got your card coming through, Scorpio. Let's hydrate with some water this time. Flush my system. Bless me, my souls. Oh, so good. Okay. Conception in the headspace. With this teachable energy, passionate teachable, okay? Now, it's bringing in some serious love partnership. Why is this? I think maybe you were inspired by love to do something new, Scorpio. And I think you were inspired by love, but like, and there was like some belief that you didn't deserve it. It was a very lack-based mentality that caused you to decide to be humble and teachable and learn something new about accepting and receiving love. And I see that you made it here. You made it here to this conception of being able to have a romantic love here. And why do I say that? Because I'm seeing this deep moon energy, psychic. So you had to completely switch your perception in the heart space, your perception of emotions and how you experience them, and the clues that your emotions give you, and learning how to follow your emotions as clues, learning how to take the energy of a thought, of an emotion, run that energy through your heart and make sure that it's authentic. You were able to switch that to see the real opportunity in life, to see that you had everything that you need to build this manifestation, whatever you're applying this manifestation activation to. Scorpio, wherever Scorpio is in your chart, we're all always manifesting, okay? You made this big paradigm shift, this understanding within yourself. You gave yourself the permission to follow yourself, to believe in yourself as you always had before. Something made you feel lacking, and it made you go into the deep recesses of your psyche and really go in and dig deep and lead and pull out those negative beliefs. Almost like the chakra cleanse that I performed. Please follow the link to the Google document that outlines your chakra cleanse if you feel called to do so, because I did release many negative beliefs and implanted many positive. Those positive beliefs can be affirmations for you. But I think you've already done this, because it's got this moon energy with perception in the heart space and the magician. Now this moon energy, psychic, deep psych, emotional, I want to say baggage, but then I want to say was released. And then I have a further proof of that here in the principle of correspondence, this consciousness, bringing this new consciousness down, okay, with however you're working with, and leaving those old thoughts behind with the Six of Swords. Okay, leaving all of those old battles, old fights that you may have had to go back and forth in lower densities with people who were just stuck in this poverty mindset or lack mindset or something. And it was just like always completely, totally draining. And now you finally come through with some people, and this is maybe why I was putting such an emphasis. I see you in much gratitude that you can now converse with other energies, entities, or other people. Or I think actually if you're just working with these entities that are helping you bring this down, you're still going to find your people where you can express in this level of consciousness and leave behind all of those. I was saying that like you might not have to backtrack now when you're talking about these ideas that you're bringing forth, and it's because you were only able to go as far as the consciousness. People were only able to understand you up to a certain point before. You had to leave all those people alone to even give yourself the space to allow your mind to expand, and this is what you did here. You left them behind so that you can expand and open it enough to conceive that you could have this romantic love, to go in very deep, okay? And this doesn't even need to be something that you're going to have very soon or something, but so our romantic relationships where we devote ourselves is going to be a reflection of the way that we are devoted to ourselves. So this is also you getting into this feeling of treating yourself as you deserve to be treated. So in the highest loving light here, you left behind some stuff that wasn't allowing you to expand your consciousness in your heart enough to give and receive love properly, I see. With the moon card, you were always meant to go through that. So, and I know it was hard. I know it was hard here, Scorpio, but you made it through here. So moving forward, and what can be changed with this alchemy, this emotional alchemy, and the seeds that were sown in you, and now you're going to be having the Father of Pentacles. You're going to be having, you're going to have some groundedness here in the world now. What is this? What do I see? This is just you having a bearing about yourself that's more confident in everything. You changed it with this emotional alchemy. And you're just loving yourself as you would a romantic partner, which is definitely going to bring in somebody who loves you. How can you know the worth? How can you ever convey your standards of your worth and how you want to be treated if you don't have any standards for yourself? And I think you did have some before that were way too low, and you were attracting some partners in that you couldn't stand it and you had to let them go over and over again, like different, I don't know, dating wasn't working for you or something. And you realized that you had to get rid of these negative beliefs with the moon. You went into the deep recesses of your psyche, you let it go, and now you have a better bearing over yourself in the world. Yeah, I see somebody who's got their mind and their body, who can bring their mind back down into their body and be comfortable in the world, in their body. Comfortable, I'm seeing Taurus energy here, Scorpio, so more fixed energy, and that's it. That's why I started with the fixed signs. We needed to get the energy moving, but you already been working on this. You are able to really love yourself now moving forward, restoring balance here. With the third eye chakra, learning this new skill of traveling in the mind, or this may be even just if you don't believe in astral traveling or you're not into human design or whatever it is, this could just be you being able to see things in a more tempered way. No, I see this. The spirit is saying that your third eye is going to start, you're like becoming more woke, basically, is what I see here. So, and it's bringing a balance. So the balance of those emotions in the cups of temperance, definitely coming through here, okay? Maybe some charitable thing is going to come through. So I said Spirit was going to be putting you to where you're going to be, the visions that you're going to be having. Spirit's going to give them to you at first because you're being led with the Divine Feminine. Remember, I said you were so receptive, that you're just following your intuition because you're being teachable, you're learning. So at first, Spirit's going to show you what you need to be balanced enough to then take over on your own and travel on your own and use this for your forward movement and your spiritual energetic path here. So, okay. So in the Divine Feminine, you had called in some new ships, and well, I see actually you're going to be now working your energies out and helping other people, maybe holding space for other people to work their energies out. So you take the reading as it resonates, guys, okay? Divine Feminine with the Three of Wands. And the Five of Wands here. Five of Wands has to do with fighting, like with your brothers. Fighting with your brothers. So there could be some fighting within this. You're in a whole feminine energy, calling in, and maybe your brothers, and I'm seeing brothers as your people, your friends, like your childhood friends. It could be your cousins, your sisters and brothers, literally. Your maybe school friends or something. Your people don't understand. You may have retreated so you could put all your energy into your creative flow, and there's going to be like some fighting for your time. So people can't understand. So, and I'm saying brothers, so that's more masculine energy. This is probably people you used to run the streets with, or used to run around with and like do things, explore life, push your own limits, joke around, mess around, have fun, expend energy in whatever ways, in the more masculine ways. And now you're sitting in a more feminine energy, and I'm just seeing those more masculine connections kind of, since you're in the feminine energy, I see you holding space for them to express how they're unhappy with you now turning your back on them and following this portal going towards your ships that you called in. And so you're going to be in and out of your creative flow. Stay yourself. Don't allow any feelings of guilt or anything like that. There's going to be sadness, there's going to be guilt, there's going to be confusion. But eventually then people will start to accept you, that you're still you and you're still loving. And if they're still in your life, that means they haven't done anything wrong. And so everything is fine, but your relationships are just evolving to now incorporate more a better balance between your masculine and feminine energies as you are receiving all these downloads and changing reality itself with your manifesting powers, with your word. Like I said, calling in what you need here. Being a vessel for divine light. God definitely will favor you if you're bringing in higher level consciousness codes and things like that, bringing that down here, opening up, remaining teachable, saying that you want to become better and I want to become better by way of also doing my light work or doing my service in the world, and also being charitable and serving yourself by being authentic with yourself, allowing yourself to love yourself as you would a lover. So that's also tapping into your masculine and feminine sides. Okay, this is what I see in your overall vibration. Now here comes your last major arcana, and it is your card Scorpio. Discernment. Making these different choices, binary, because this is like a new alignment that you have a balance between your masculine and feminine after you purged a lot of those limiting beliefs, and kind of revisited and rewrote your standards, and and started to actually live and walk the path of holding those standards for yourself. It's a huge rebirth and death, Scorpio. And this is what's finally going to get your fixed energy moving. This is finally getting your fixed energy moving. You had to feel comfortable with it. And now you see the rebirth. I know you feel it. I know you feel it. I know you see it because you made a conscious decision to remain open and teachable. And you changed everything. So that's beautiful. Let's see, what did my Scorpio viewer in the highest loving light spirit, what shadows did they face? Let's check the shadows. Okay, you guys, we'll just discuss it really quick. 3 cards, please, for Scorpio, May 2025. Nice loving light spirit for the greatest good of everybody involved. I never used to look at you in that way. I need to focus on my healing. I'm waiting for an apology. I'm immediately seeing that those old relationships were inappropriate. Maybe you were just making I'm not coming back once out. So this is like the vibe of this is just giving me the vibe of I never could have a male friend that didn't hit on me. That bothered me so much. And then when I would, growing up throughout my life, when I would find a male friend that finally didn't hit on me, I would cherish that relationship, even if it wasn't too intimate or anything. I would just be glad that I could have this balanced, just a regular friendship. Amistad, I'm hearing the word. So some of your maybe Spanish ancestors or something are coming through. So, well, and then there was this one time, this one friend, I really thought they had a drunken night. They called me and they were inappropriate, and they were a friend of mine, childhood friend for years and years, and I never spoke to them again. It hurt me so bad that they would hit on me after they knew how I felt, and it was always clear that, we were just friends, and they accepted me as a friend and were always careful with me. But they just had this one drunken night where they called me and hinted at something that they may have been thinking about for so long, and I just had to cut it off completely. That's the shadow that I'm seeing, for me personal. So you take that vibe. I never used to look at you that way. I need to focus on my healing. I'm waiting for an apology. I'm not coming back. So these could be people that were just getting in relationships with you, making you feel comfortable under a certain pretense, or maybe even people that got into kind of involved with you, and then more developed. At first, maybe there was no preconceived idea of wanting something with you that you were not going to be comfortable with. I'm also seeing some inappropriate things, maybe with family members or in-laws or something. So some families joke and they allow that to go too far or something. I'm just seeing that you face these shadows that really helped you focus on your healing. You may be waiting for an apology, and I see that you're not going to go back to those old ways, old family members, old people that they had very low standards for themselves, and the lines were blurred in relationships. And then there was, maybe they developed feelings after a while, but then didn't address that properly and just started acting weird with you, and you just had to accept and focus on your healing. I see confusion there. It's maybe not waiting for an apology, but for clarity, and then eventually just accepting, I just can't go back to that confusion. Let's go to the or you maybe can have those people or something, if it's family in your life, but you lay the boundary, and then everybody adjusts. Okay, so messages of closure can be from your spirit guides, ancestors, from God, archangels, okay, from the higher selves of those people you need closure from. You take it as it resonates. Okay, messages of closure, please, in the highest loving light spirit. I never used to look at you that way. Thank you for making amends. Okay, so like I said, you may come back after laying boundaries or after some certain boundaries. So there could have also needed to be some healing when it came to sex, enmeshment, friendship, and things like that. Just maybe you're young, or maybe some stuff from your younger days came up, some feelings that hit you out of left field, and you had to like focus on healing those things. So I need to focus on my feelings. I see all that you do. I need to focus on my healing, not feelings. I see all that you do for others. So I need to focus on my feelings. I see all that you do for others. So you had to heal yourself, and then before you could do more for anybody else. So you may be going back with them, but before you could move on healthily here, you really had to heal yourself from like enmeshment and inappropriate like jokes and stuff. Like, you needed to feel comfortable. Everybody has different level of comfort. Everybody has different sense of humor. Everybody holds their space differently and lives in their authenticity differently. And some people are more flirtatious and some people aren't. But then there's just like when you set a boundary, and or when they see that you're uncomfortable, and then they may behave as if they don't have those feelings or something, and it was just confusing for you. I'm waiting for an apology. I don't know why. So there's no apology coming. There was no apology. You had to just realize, like, people can't apologize where they see there's no wrongdoing. And so you can't know why. And you just kind of let it go with the Six of Swords energy. I am not coming back. How can I help you? I'm not going back. How can I help you? Well, they could have helped you by respecting your boundaries. And I see that those people who respect your boundaries will remain and have open line, and you'll be able to be comfortable. That's beautiful. It's wonderful. Life is meant to be lived with people that you care about and love. So, and then some things need to be sometimes adjusted, Scorpio. So deep recesses of your mind, there could have been some very deep hidden things from childhood or something that you saw the adults in your life playing out, and you started repeating in your adult life, attracting unhealthy relationships. And I see just a general, altogether healing of that, Scorpio, in the highest loving light. Let's go. These are messages of love. Oracle cards from the universe. Interference. An external party is intruding on this relationship. I think it was just like external connections that were intruding on your ability also to love yourself. I saw that like this romantic energy, that everybody's on a different time, a different part of the timeline, so experiencing it in their own certain way. So you may be already involved and went through this, and this is more evolved for you, the situation. And maybe some people are trying to intrude on your relationship or something, but those old limiting negative beliefs about poverty and lack, and that needing to like accept that you have the capacity to receive more, but there's no more being given to you, and you were like, no, I need to receive more. I need an equal exchange here. And so those interferences are not going to bother you. Even if people throw things at you, Spirit is training you and leading you and guiding you, and you're very protected, okay? So, okay, messages of love, marriage. This relationship is moving toward a sacred union. Messages of love, Spirit, in the highest loving light. For the archetype of Scorpio, please. So I need to focus on my healing. I see all that you do for others. You're healing yourself up. You're healing yourself up so that maybe that you can do for others, for another in particular, marriage. So I'm waiting for an apology. I don't know why I said you're not going to get the apology. That you don't know why, and now we have unavailable. The person is unavailable to give you all that you deserve, you see? Healing that up and not holding space like for something that's just going to drain you. My God. Clear it in the crown. Clear it in the crown. That's rough. Because you're like questioning, like, why am I not satisfied? Everybody around me is satisfied with this. And now you're starting to see that, the change with the moon and the magician, conception, and then this beautiful death card, this rebirth that you're going to be having. Message of love here. How long are we? We're doing good. All right. Yeah. What is this one? I'm not coming back. How can I help you? Friendship. This friendship is leading to more. So maybe there was a friendship. There is a friendship that may have developed and moved up into something more serious like marriage. And maybe there are some people trying to come in between this friendship, or maybe this is actually a friendship. Maybe this has nothing to do with romantic love, but like a romantic friendship where you can both be yourself in loving light. There's all different kinds of love. So, and just healing the things that like would prevent that. This timeline is different for everybody. So we all learn the different facets of love in the way and in the manner consecutively as will benefit us the most for our highest loving light timeline, especially if we're walking with intention, putting our best foot forward. And so Spirit will help you heal through friendships and everything too, so you can understand different facets of love and things like that. So the friendship is leading to more. Maybe it's a lifelong, well, I'm not coming back. How can I help you? This friendship is leading to more. Maybe there was a friendship that did evolve into something romantic, but there were other friendships that had also blurred lines, but it was more sex stuff. And so you really had to like pull back and ask yourself where those lines were drawn in your mental, like in your the way that you understand relationships and how you interact and what you're comfortable with. So you take what resonates and leave what doesn't, okay? So I see that was very trust. It's safe to trust this person, this new person, I think. Boundaries, firm boundaries are needed. It's like sticky. Like, what is sticky? Wait, the timing is not quite right, and it's sticky, and it says wait. What? Classic. That's so funny. How the energy plays out. I'm not taking that. I think you have good discernment, and your boundaries are set. I think that you had to really like just draw the line in the sand and hold the space for yourself to be like loving and romantic with yourself, loving and romantic in actual romance and suiting and dating and all of this, and then also hold the space for something just very committed and kind of like separate those three things to get to this place, all the while doing your loving light work, rebirthing, getting this new conception and this beautiful discerning energy, Scorpio. This is beautiful. Wherever you're applying this manifestation, activation, chakra cleanse, frequency activation, and tarot reading to, what I see is that along with the whole love thing and everything else, your manifestations are coming into fruition because you have dared to shed those limiting beliefs and walk in authenticity. So wherever your dreams are, whatever you want to build, I see we did have the King of Pentacles coming through because of all of your emotional alchemy. Let's move forward. We'll look into your divine masculine energy, your inner divine masculine yang energy. Let's see, Spirit, the highest loving light. Masculine says, I can't reach out. I want to make amends, but I can't reach out. What? I daydream about a life with you. I would do it all again. I can't reach out, but I want to make amends. I daydream about a life with you. I would do it all again. So that's what the masculine energy is saying. Let's get the feminine for the yin energy. Your whole rhythm and flow was in yin, but then there was that masculine energy there. That you were kind of with the bros kind of thing. I don't know. So I can't reach out. You can't reach out toward maybe those others. Let's get the response here, Spirit. What is it? I can't reach out. I don't react when people mention you. I never used to look at you that way. Oh, I'm just seeing that one. So that could be like friendships that you had to just completely cut off. Like for the sake of like a more pure romantic love or something more stable. So it just like maybe even a ghosting here. Just setting a boundary, actually almost even sacrificing something old that was unhealthy or unclear for something that is stable and letting the pieces fall where they may. And that's hard. That's really hard. I need to focus, you had to focus on your healing. I want to make amends, the masculine says. I know I messed everything up. So there's a desire within you to make things right when it comes to just like your inner masculine and feminine balance. And I see you already doing that with the divine. We already talked about it. I see a big balance here coming through here for you. So I daydream about a life with you. I knew exactly what I was doing. So masculine is daydreaming about a life with you. And I think the feminine is just like Something about feeding the imagination of the masculine, like holding a certain type of mystery here. I see your feminine aspect is quite mysterious, and it allows your masculine energy to actually tap into his imagination, or to your own imagination, and then chase over the idea of like chasing your own feminine energy. And I'm seeing also Lilith, so your own divine dark and light feminine energy, and how you just like, feminine energy is just what it is, not dark or light, but there's just like a very big powerful aspect, but then a light, cozy, safe, kind of gentle aspect as well. And I see that the masculine aspect is really daydreaming about like traversing those frequencies and energies, and the feminine aspect is staying mysterious like that, just to encourage this dreaming. I would do it all again. I regret lying to you. I bury myself in work to forget you, the feminine says. Let's get, what? This one is really, I bury myself in work to forget you. The feminine is burying herself in work to forget some lies that she told. What? She lied about her feelings, the emotion. So this feminine aspect lied even to herself about feelings, and buries herself in work to forget about it. Masculine energy says it was worth it. So there's some avoidance on your feminine energy here when it comes to, what is it? I'm not coming back. Oh, so this is those people that you had to cut off. Lying to yourself about keeping them in your life, and then burying yourself in work to help with the detachment. So not going back, but that masculine energy is more like gung-ho and saying, I would do it all again, because you wouldn't be where you are if you didn't hit those walls and have to set those boundaries and go through this moon energy and this death energy. Wow, Scorpio. Let's close this reading out with some wisdom of the oracle cards. What is the energy? So the chakra cleanse is done. I'm going to activate these frequencies as this video is uploading, and I hope that this brought some insight and some help with whatever you're going through, guys. Not for you. So something is just not for you, because you want to do things right by the book. This is just like an acceptance of what isn't for you, moving forward by the book, so you could be walking in integrity. You're making these changes so you could walk in integrity also, and just live a general healthy life, balanced life where there's equal give and take. And it seems like that's not much to ask, but when you come from so much limiting programming, then there's a lot of work sometimes to be done. Treasure Island. You will be approaching your treasure island soon enough. You already went through this rebirth. What's this? Co-create. You will be co-creating with some people soon. So I love you, Scorpio. That was your May 2025 manifestation activation, chakra cleanse, and frequency activation. My name is Carol Lissett. See you next time. Bye.